Grenada County Coroner Skeeter Robinson is out on bond after being indicted in Desoto County. The coroner accused of selling fake funeral plans to elderly people.
Our Cash Matlock sits down with an area funeral director and talks about how you can avoid falling victim to a similar alleged scam. Cash joins us live in the studio with more.
Well, unfortunately, Coroner Robinson isn't the first person to be charged with allegedly selling a fake funeral plan. Drew Massey with Nowell Massey Funeral Home in Louisville says it's an issue he's seen a few times in his career. When funeral director Drew Massey first heard about the Desoto County funeral scams, he felt a range of emotions.
First of all, it's his anger, first of all, because that anyone would prey upon the elderly like that, or anyone, it doesn't matter, but especially the elderly, because that's the ones that's mostly coming in looking for a pre-arranged funeral plan.
Massey says he spent the past 14 years of his career trying to earn the community's trust.
Try to have a rapport with the people, and when people understand that, when they see a funeral director out and about, whether it be a church, school event, community event, when they start getting that personal relationship and rapport with them, then the trusting aspect is there.
And part of that trust comes from having the proper documentation.
So every time somebody takes out a pre-need funeral service policy with us through a licensed insurance agency, they're going to send them the quote every month, and they're going to send them stuff with identification number on it, so making sure that it matches up.
In fact, he says buying a policy from an individual instead of an established business should be the first red flag.
I would go through a funeral home definitely before I would go through any individual, because nowadays sadly scams are everywhere.
Massey says a person's best line of defense is to pay attention to detail.
If somebody's going to do a false write-up, they're going to have some flaws somewhere in there. They're going to, if they're making up stuff, they're not going to go through with it to the full extent, trying to do contracts and stuff.
Massey also says you should never handle funeral arrangements over the phone, but rather sit down with someone in person.